I did not sleep last night. Maybe because I was just really happy from this yesterday evening and just excited for the day ahead. But anyway, I didn't sleep, so that's not great. And now we stayed at Able Campground, which is 2 miles from the AT. We were really hoping to hitch a ride, but not even one car has passed us so far. So it looks like we're walking the 2 miles. Which is like, it's not hard, but it's like adding more effort to our day, and we're gonna be expending a lot of effort already. And for some reason, Smoke Master is walking at a breakneck pace. What do you have to say for yourself?
I'm ready to get KATAHDIN and get this kettle to KATAHDIN.
So we're back at the ranger station, and this little shelter looking thing is for people to leave some of their stuff, their heavy stuff, so that you carry less. And just like that, we're off, oh, he's yawning, off to go to the place we've been headed for 6 months now. We're so close. I am so excited. Oh my goodness. It's 7:20 and we're leaving. So not the earliest start, but just FYI, because we'll see how long it takes us to get up there. It's definitely going to be a tough climb. I'm very nervous, but I'm even more excited. Baxter Peak, which is where the sign is, 4.1 miles. Probably more in that direction. As I'm walking, I'm thinking about the same concept that I had the first day and a couple days along the way. But every book I've ever read about someone doing the AT, every video I've ever watched, Earl Schaefer, Grandma Gatewood, although the route was different back in their day, but I'm following in the footsteps of every AT hiker ever. And we all had some level of inexperience in Georgia. Most of us suffered through the cold. Most of us were worried about bears in the Smokies. Some of us got the Virginia blues. Some of us did the half-gallon challenge. We stumbled along rocks in Pennsylvania, battled mosquitoes and lost our minds almost with the summer heat. We swam in lakes. We stopped to deli blaze, climbed bigger and bigger mountains along the way, sloshed through the mud in Vermont, and ever since, we climbed the Whites, made it through southern Maine, and now we get to experience this beautiful sight. This is such a neat place. The native people, I think, the ranger told me their name last night, the Wackinabe, I want to say. There's 5 families, and they all come together on the top of Mount Katahdin every year. It's such a special place, and it's so cool that I get to experience for myself as an AT hiker, having done most of the trail and going back to do more. It's just so cool. Uh-oh. A big thing to climb up. Luckily, I have my own personal assistant here. Uh-oh. Have to get a momentum going. There's a blaze right there. This is what the ground looks like. So the AT wants you to become Spider-Man, walk on this slab of rock that's at like a 45-degree angle and get up there. I'm gonna just go this way. Actually, on second thought, I learned from Mahusik Notch, usually where the blaze is the easier way. So let's give it a try. One, two. All right, not gonna film this part. Oh, shoot. That's where I just came from. This is the next obstacle. There's that route to put your foot on. But other than that, it's another walk up a wall. Here comes Grandpa with his coffee to film me. So instead of trying to climb, I'm gonna try to yeet myself up and to use some internet slang. Oh gosh. How is this yeeting supposed to work? No, I can't.
You're supposed to say yeet while you do it. You better hurry, Maddie. You better commit. Just go.
I can't. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good hand grip right here. That really helped. At this stage, I'm not really thinking deep thoughts, honestly. It hasn't hit me, just today in general hasn't hit me, but yeah, just climbing away. There goes Smokemaster in all his glory. I told him go ahead because I don't want him to wait for me. There's the sun up there. It's so close. It's unreal. It's finally hitting me for the first time. This is what all those days added up to, where I didn't know why I was doing this trail, putting myself through this. Days when my body hurt so bad. Days when it was so rainy and cold or hot and buggy. And it just all adds up to this. Baxter Peak, 1 mile. I started to cry. Yes.
Woo! Look at her go! Look at her go!
Finishing strong. Thank you all for being here.
Very nice to meet you. I'm good at getting your motor vehicle and drive to a new location.
It feels so strange that every week I've been answering the same 5 questions, reflecting back on how it changed as I went along, and now for most hikers this was their final week. But let's get straight into it. The way I noticed the season and landscape change, as far as landscape, it was drier, but that could be because it just never rained. Luckily there wasn't as much mud, very few river crossings. So thank goodness for that. Also, it's definitely fall now. I wouldn't say it's peak fall, but it's definitely, colors are popping, so many reds, so many yellows, and that was so beautiful to see from the top of KATAHDIN. There were also a lot more chipmunks, and I wonder if that's because of the season or just we walked through a place where there were a lot of chipmunks. As far as coldness, it definitely gets cold at night and in the morning. Makes it hard to get going, and it gets dark at like 7. That was another really big challenge to the week. Also, if your alarm goes off at 6, it's gonna be still like barely getting light, and it's always easy to be like, sun's not up yet, neither am I. Oh, by the way, my background is an AT decorated, something to do with the hiker yearbook school bus here at this hostel that I forget the name of. It's called Appalachian Trail Hostel and Outfitter. It's a cool bus, right? Anyway, back to the matters at hand. The common experience for hikers this week. How do I even sum it up? Most people thought the 100-mile wilderness was beautiful, first of all. I definitely really struggled with it. It seemed like most people didn't as much, but I think it was harder than people were expecting, especially the first 50 miles, because there was white cap in some climbs. As far as logistics, it was kind of complicated figuring things out, but then once you did, you were all good. And how do I sum up what it was like for everyone to finish? Everyone was definitely proud. Everyone felt accomplished. I think not everyone would say it out loud, but I think there was some relief, like, okay, I can finally rest my sore body, get something different in my diet. A lot of people were sad it was ending, but overall just like the biggest feeling of joy you could imagine. If you didn't like something another hiker did, in that moment at the top of KATAHDIN, it's like everyone is happy, there's no beef anymore. Yes, that's wrong, but in this moment, let's just celebrate. And that was really cool. My favorite part of the week, you would think it would be summiting KATAHDIN. And yes, that was amazing and beautiful, and my heart was so full. But I also had a lot of expectation for that moment. So I would say that's second place. And my very, very favorite moment was that evening before. Sitting around the fire, eating dinner together, like so many nights before, but this night was so special because it was the last for most people. Someone brought s'mores, there was some Trail Magic pizza delivered, and it was just so cool. Last week, I said my goal for this week was to just not have any expectation, and I don't think I really did that. The last night of the 100-mile wilderness, when I was really hoping, okay, so many people are gonna be at this shelter, we're gonna have the happy AT vibes that we had the night after that, but I was expecting it that night. And when it didn't happen, I was heartbroken. So I did not really accomplish my goal of not having any expectations and just taking what came, but it's kind of hard not to when you're at the end of a huge 6-month experience that you've been thinking about for most of your life. For next week, there are 82 miles. Smoke and I are planning to go back to cover that we skipped because we wanted to finish with people we had been hiking with, like Pac-Man, and just the bubble of people that started in March. A lot of them were finishing at that time. So we figured it was worth it to skip ahead, but now we have to go back. It's like we graduated, but we're going back to summer school. So my goal for next week, I guess, to just pack out good food, acknowledge that it's gonna be hard because it's the big lows, embrace the hardness, embrace the suck if I need to, but also embrace spending time with Smoke, staying at shelters, walking alone in the wilderness, seeing the fall colors, all the good things that'll happen too. And what did I learn this week? Every hard thing you've gone through makes what you're working towards even better. So many obstacles happened along the way, but if they weren't there, it wouldn't be the same immense feeling of success. I was overwhelmingly filled with gratitude and just connection for the other people I met along the way. My fellow hikers, trail angels, anyone that helped me along this journey. Well, there is part of me that wishes I could text my friends and family, I'm coming home. I am really excited to have a little bit more time left on trail, and we'll see what we get into. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey till this point. It was such a huge moment in my life. I'm really glad I could share it with you all. Thank you so much for all the kind comments, following along, and just being with me on this journey. Let's go knock out these next couple miles.